When you see all these people dying these days of cancer, you ever stop and ask yourself why? Why is it that almost every single day we have a friend or someone that we know close dying from cancer? It has to do what goes into our bodies, right? Now, this story that I'm about to show you here is very important because you probably don't even know what is going into your body because it's sprayed on different products that we consume on a daily basis. Now, this affects everyone, potentially from the Caribbean straight across the US, right? I don't want to say much because I might be even opening up myself to liability because of the structure and makeup of that company. So I'm going to make the video play and look at this. This man won over $200 million lawsuit against Monsanto in August after contracting cancer. Watch the story, react to it, let me know what you guys think about it and what, if anything, a small man could do. Check it out.
Die within a couple of years. So mine is one of the most aggressive forms of non-Hodgkin lymphoma that they pretty much ever seen. So a company like that has money. They can fight a long time. Like I said, this fight might go past my life.
Lee Johnson sued Monsanto and won. The jury awarded him $289 million in August of 2018 after concluding his cancer was linked to exposure to Roundup, Monsanto's controversial toxic weed killer.
And that's when I had the shower of Ranger Pro.
Now, why this particular case is important, right, is because many people in the past have tried to sue this company and was unsuccessful. Many different individual company farms. I mean, Monsanto's basically is such a giant company, a big company, right, that I recall a story that one time you have a farmer that is rained a particular seed on one end, and the breeze blew and blew some seeds that was then transplanted in another farm a little way, probably a mile or so away. The breeze blew and took it over there. Monsanto sued that other farm and took over that other farm because of what is like a natural case of wind blowing seeds. But it goes even deeper than that. Monsanto's is such a giant company that a lot of people don't take on Monsanto's. Now, this Roundup that we use, and the video is going to show, we spray this on our plants, we spray it because what happened is it kills the weed and not the plant, as they say, right? How does it do that? Well, this is what they do. They provide a GMO plant that is resistant to the weed killer. So it's kind of like damn if you do, damn if you don't. But I want you guys to continue to watch. I'll talk about it on the other side. Continue to watch this video.
All over me. It went down in my protective gear, it went down in my suit, everywhere.
Johnson was working as a groundskeeper at a few different schools for about 4 years and using a concentrated version of Roundup called Ranger Pro. While most past cases against the chemical giant haven't gone anywhere, Johnson's has, and could open the door for thousands of others who say they're sick because of Monsanto.
I was even told, Lee, you don't want to try to go against that company. And I had no choice because I had no job. I was sick. So I had to do what I needed to do.
It goes through the plant to kill it, tops and rhizomes. The more complete control of Roundup lasts longer than 1 year. But is it worth it?
Monsanto's flagship product, Roundup, has been the center of a heated debate for years. It's the most widely used weed killer in the world. 19 billion pounds of it have already been used since its release in the 70s. It's on the food we eat, it's sprayed on playgrounds, at dog parks. It's everywhere. Its key ingredient, glyphosate, was classified as a probable carcinogen by the World Health Organization in 2015. Since then, Monsanto, now owned by Bayer,
Carcinogen causes
and its
cancer.
advocates have made it a mission to convince people and the government that their product is
carcinogen, leading cause of cancer, right? So you come to think about it, do these people know that this stuff is potentially damaging and could kill us, right? But if they know, why they keep doing it? And furthermore, The people who are supposed to have legislation to protect us, do they know about it? My answer is, damn right they know about it. They don't care. And it is a $1 billion industry. So somebody pocket getting stuffed, right? You realize that? Somebody pocket is getting stuffed. And is totally forgetting the people, the human beings that are affected by stuff like that. Guys, let's continue to watch the video.
Safe.
You can drink a whole quart of it and it won't hurt you.
You want to drink some? We have some here.
I'd be happy to, actually. But not really, but
Not really?
I know it wouldn't hurt
And
me.
if you say so, I have some glyphosate.
No, I'm not stupid.
The use of Roundup skyrocketed in the mid-90s when Monsanto created genetically modified crops that can resist the chemical. This led to farming practices like spraying Roundup across whole fields and, as a result, on the food that people eat. Glyphosate isn't regulated by the USDA or the EPA. The FDA only recently started testing foods for it, after prompting from consumer groups and the Government Accountability Office.
And so once they gave you the diagnosis, what was your reaction?
That was the worst, to hear that. That was the worst. They didn't want to see the type of cancer that they saw in the test. So they did another test, and this time my wife went. They did that test. It was pretty bad because she broke down and started crying and all that. And they found out, that I had cancer, that I had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. I have some painful lesions right now. I have some stuff going on, but I've been doing this for so long that I'm starting to get used to the pain.
What were your kids' reactions when you first told them?
So breaking the news to them is really hard because because as soon as you say cancer, people just count you out. They picture you laid out, gone. They see me every day, so they see what I go through. So they were told, but then they see it. They've seen the way bottom where I've been at. We're headed to Benicia, California, the place where I used to work. Yeah, that's when I got a super big exposure because the hose broke on my equipment. And that's when I had the shower of Ranger Pro all over me. It went down in my protective gear, it went down in my suit, everywhere. They don't use Roundup in the whole town anymore. They don't use it at all. They stopped using the formula at all. But I don't know what other chemicals they use, but they definitely stopped using that.
And that's since your case?
Yes. Yes, in this town and in another town about an hour from here called Novato. Novato also quit using the formulation.
Glyphosate is banned by cities and counties across the country. France, Germany, and a handful of other countries have also announced plans to phase it out or restrict it.
That's what I'm glad is that we made it past the threshold where we can actually get more testing. The conversation is obviously brewing about what's going on with our food, with our soil, and everything. So it's a big deal. It's way bigger than me, so I'm just a part of the situation now.
Johnson hopes his case will bring awareness to the dangers of using Roundup near schools.
But what we're pushing for is a glyphosate-free campuses. That's my push. My goal is to have a pesticide-free campuses for all schools. People that are talking about this and the wave of attention that has gotten us, people are like tentacles of me that I don't really have to say much or do much because there's so many people that have done it before me, and they're doing it now, and they'll probably be doing it after me, to keep grounds and keep farms and keep food safe.
A few months after the ruling, the judge overturned the jury's award, reducing it to $78 million. Johnson agreed to the new amount, but still hasn't received any money yet to help pay for his cancer treatments.
So it's almost dealing with ghost money and dealing with the attention at the same time. It's a lot of time, and it was hard going there and to focus on trying to do that again, even though it's worth $250 million. It's not really worth it because it was never about the money for me. So I think that the courts have done their fair justice. So right now, after me accepting the offer that was given, it's up to the other side to decide whether or not we go back to court. They've already said publicly over and over that they're going to appeal, so we're expecting a year or two worth of appeals, maybe more.
Oh, wow.
That's why I'm saying this thing could outdo me.
Monsanto representatives declined to sit down for an interview with us, but said they would be appealing. There are currently over 8,000 outstanding lawsuits against Monsanto. Lee's case could set a legal precedent that could affect the outcome of others who wish to hold the company accountable.
I hope that it's an inspiration to people that would think that, you know, if they had somebody or a company or something that wronged them, if you go up against something bigger than you either can get crushed or you can win. So I would say to you, use my story as an example that you actually could win.
So let's put this thing here into perspective. Again, this video is a very important video. I'm going to put the link there so people could take a look at it and learn from the products that are produced by Monsanto's. Now, you guys probably heard about it before. GMOs, genetically modified organism. Basically, it's things that are generically made. It's like consumed and produced in a lab, right? That's basically what it is. So for instance, I know you guys I like it too, grapes, right? So grapes without a seed, if you have grapes without a seed, that is generically modified, because if it's a fruit, it's supposed to have a seed. So if you're gonna consume grapes and you love grapes as much as you love grapes, don't buy the GMO grape. Don't buy the grape that was created in a lab. Buy the authentic grape which have a seed in it, right? It's more healthier for you. Other items that are also GMOs, we need to pay special attention. But on the topic of the pesticides, this Roundup pesticides, we use it. A lot of people use it right now in farming, and it's been pushed onto us because they say that it's safe. It takes care of the weed, but it kills the weed, but it also sprays on the plant itself, and the fruits get contaminated, and we eat that fruits. And what happens? We also die. Guys, pay attention. Very, very important. Very, very important. I'm happy that at least this has gotten to a point where legislation ain't gonna be passed anytime soon against Monsanto's, because you know those big companies and them, they're always pumping money into politician pocket, and that's what make politics and that's what make legislation, right? So I didn't expect anything big. And you heard him say that too. The first, they awarded him $200+ million, right? And then they changed the figure from $200 million. They changed the figure from $200 million. So now they came back and awarded him $77 million. So they're supposed to pay $77 million. But Monsanto say, nah, they're going to appeal. So my estimation is this guy would never get a penny. Although the court ruled, yes, that he should, he probably not even gonna get a dime. He probably gonna die, and probably his kids still have to fight the battle for him. You know why? These companies and them, they know how to keep things going, keep it going until he get weary and until he get tired and financially strained and he can't do anything else. That's it. Right? So that's what those companies do. But we have an opportunity to stop what's happening, especially to our family in our small Caribbean islands. This pesticide is dangerous, and it should not be in the homes. It should not be used on our local farms. Those pesticides are dangerous. Pay special attention to these pesticides. You saw from the court ruling, you saw from what was said in this video. Go on your Google and start investigating and get more information and put knowledge in your head about this type of pesticides. All right? Comment, let me know what you guys think at the bottom.